Hello, guys, and welcome back to that Cov pod. We are recording early Sunday morning after Coventry 0, Oxford United 0. We've got some very happy faces in the house. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. John Dawkins and Jig are with me. Where to start for this one, lads? Jig, do you want to kick us off? It was just a very frustrating afternoon where we couldn't break down a team in the relegation zone, and another game goes by without a win.
That's probably as frustrating as it's going to get, isn't it? You've been saying it. Our home games, we have to win them. But if we want to win, if we want to be in that playoff, automatic mix, we have to win our home games.
Saying it.
Yeah, you have to win against Oxford. In my eyes, you can't. I know it's a draw. I know we've kept a clean sheet. That's about as positive as it gets. The clean sheet for me. You can't not be beating Oxford, second from bottom in the relegation zone. Teams like Sheffield United last week went 1-0 down against them. They'd have done the same. They'd a low block, they'd a shut-up shot, but then they find the ability to score 3 goals against them. What's going on with us? Why can't we break teams down like we were? I don't really understand what's happening. I'm trying to put it together. Yes, we should have scored. I mean, Wright should have scored. God, a few times. He had a few headers. He's got a head like a dodecahedron. He's got.
What?
That is superb.
I mean,
it's a bit early for that.
I've heard of a 50p. I've heard of a 50p. You're gonna have to break that down for the uneducated here.
I'm having to Google what shape is a 50p now.
It's a 12-sided shape.
Very good.
But that chance when he went through, when Sakamoto done really well, slipped in through, went through one-on-one. The keeper, if you watch it, the keeper's going to his left, leaving a huge gap for him to just pass it into an empty net, and he's hit the side netting. He had time. I thought that was the chance of the game. That was when you thought this definitely isn't going to happen for us. Definitely. And then even at the end, like when we're messing around in triangles out on the right-hand side, and you're thinking, just put the ball in the box. There's your chance. Put the ball in the box. Put the ball in the box. And they're not doing it. And you think, we're on 95 minutes. We're on 96 minutes. Get the ball in the box. What's happening? We're not picking up any second balls when it's breaking down in the box, even when we do get a cross in. But I don't know. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good. There's no one at the minute that you can say is in form in the team. There's no one. When you look through, take Rushworth out of it. You go through that team, whether it was the other 2 centre halves that have been playing, or whether it's these 2 centre halves that have been playing. There's no one that is 100% on it. I'm probably a bit harsh on Latty because whenever he's come in, he's stepped up. I don't think he's lost a game for us this season. But you can go through that whole team and you can say he was hit and miss, he was okay. He was hit and miss, he was okay. Or they're under par. When's Radoni last done anything for us? Well, you bring him on because we've been starting him. You think, bring him on, he might have more of an impact. He scored 2 goals this season. And that isn't enough. That's not enough help from him.
I think we should start with the team selection potentially, because we said on here last week, and John made the point that, I could see both centre halves getting dropped and replacing them, and you wouldn't have any issues with it. And I think we all went, blimey, he's actually done it. I think I looked at it, and obviously this is captain hindsight as well, but you looked at that team as a team that maybe he should be picking away from home, because we haven't had any issues at home. He's changed both centre backs. And he's dropped Radoni and put the midfield of Eccles, Grimes and Taupin, which is a very functional, hard-working. I thought Josh had some good moments, but nothing really to break down the lines. There's no creativity in there. And then 2 wingers and Hadji up front. I looked at that team and I just thought, I'm surprised by that. And the other point to be made, John, is that I don't think any of the other teams in the promotion battle are going to be changing their 2 centre-backs. Both at the same time, just on a flip of a coin. You need consistency, and I think they both did well. I think they were probably the standout players, Latty and Wolf. I think they were both pretty good. Didn't have much to deal with, but a home game against Oxford isn't the time where you drop out the 2 best centre backs in the league that Lampard said in the post-match press conference.
Very strange. I didn't really think about it that much, but then obviously I sat with Jig in the ground just before kickoff, and Jig just made the point. Why would you drop both centre halves when? Because I was saying to him, actually, I'd spoken to a couple of Oxford fans, and they were like, "Look, we ain't got a focal point up front. We don't really have a number 9." Like, that's our big problem. And I said, yeah, I just think it's the same with us, isn't it? But anyway, on that basis, you're not going to get tested that much. So I'll come back to your point about the Wolf in a minute. But, you know, we've got no threat in the box going the other way if you play them two at centre half. We've had no problems at home. Did them two need dropping at some point? Yeah, it was a poor performance. But then again, it highlights an issue when you're playing centre halves like that. Where is anyone in that back two carrying the ball out from defence, trying to break the lines with through balls or into midfield or beyond? Now, people can moan about Thomas and Kitchen all day long. Thomas, especially in terms of distribution, but at least Kitchen, 40% of the time, will carry the ball out of defence and try and break the lines. Defensively, he's been poor the last few weeks. There's no doubt about it. But if you don't have that, then all you have is laboured centre halves passing the ball around the back, and it slows the game down. Anyone can do that all game.
We were so slow
going to happen
moving the ball,
and we've got no threat in the other box. You know, the biggest threat out of our centre halves is definitely Bobby Thomas, then Liam Kitchen. Latty, Jig says, lovely stat. He's played about 3 games, but he's right. He's not lost yet. He does all right. He runs like a tin man. He drives me mad, but he's pretty solid. Wolf, for me, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Is there a little bit of cat in the water there? Because it's very slow. It's very, very slow. He wasn't really tested yesterday, but that's not the answer moving forward for me. And then again, that highlights things. Well, I'll get to the game in a minute, but it highlights the transfers, in my opinion. You spent £4 million there, barely played him. Latty made some good points in post-match about him having raised performances in training, and he has the experience of going up. Sound, no problem. What about the rest of the transfers? Why have I got a central midfielder? Maybe he's not played that much. Why is he not getting any minutes at all yesterday? Why have I got a winger that's been brought in when I've got 38 of the wingers and he's not been in the squad for 2 weeks in a row? How's that helping us now? We're in crisis here, and it is a crisis. People can dress it up how they want. We're top of the league. We have been abysmal for probably 7-8 weeks. We're pointing it out time and time again. And yesterday, the problem I've got with the performance, you look at the package highlights for 2 minutes, sound. There was chances, blah, 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 blah. It is laboured. It is boring. It is problematic, and it's not getting fixed. You know, I've got forwards that are making no runs in behind or trying anything different. Actually, going back positives, I thought Matt Grimes started the game much better yesterday. He was further up the pitch. He was driving into pockets of space. He got a couple of shots off. And he was a positive for sure. Torp, I thought the game passed him by. Josh did some bits and bobs. But from the off, the press from the front was slow. I thought Tat Sakamoto, we didn't get him involved in the game anywhere near enough. And it was pedestrian. It was really, really laboured. That was my big problem yesterday. The slowness of the game. And I think that comes down to the centre halves, the wide SA and Hadji Wright we're going to get to. But it was the pace and the slowness of the game and the delusion that a side at a second bottom can come here, sitting on a low block. We can't question the recruitment because we don't have a 10. We've got 87 wingers. How are you going to break down, a side like that? We go on about it all the time, but you go back to somebody like Callum O'Hare. We've never replaced him. We're spending loads of money on centre halves who are getting paid the same money that individual wanted to stay here. Big problem. Big problem. If you got low block and you ain't got somebody in there, we're not opening teams up. I've got SA doing double drag backs on the edge of the 18-yard box. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, he was frustrating. I think we'll come on to him later on. I just think the closest player we have to a number 10 and the player who's done well in that role, and I know he's been off it of late, is Jack Radoni. So to not start him is interesting. I think Frank's selection in hindsight you can pick at. I don't know. It's such a frustrating one because the game itself, we weren't horrendous. We were the stats are massively in our favour. I think 74% possession. We didn't do too much with it. Oxford had no shots on target and 4 shots in total. We had 24 shots and 5 shots on target and 3 big chances. If Hadji Wright scores what he's meant to score, we win the game 1 or 2-0. And we go, right, another pretty under par performance, but we've won the game. He has cost us in that game, I think. And I've been defending him quite a lot. I think he's been improved in recent weeks in terms of work rate. In front of goal, I just thought he was pretty dreadful yesterday, Jig. And he pointed out the biggest chance of the lot.
Yeah, he was very poor in front of goal. A couple of minutes in, he picked it up. He burst past his defender. He went on a run. And I thought, yeah, brilliant. That's what we want from you. He looked pretty sharp to start with, and I thought because we called it out for him being dropped last week, and he started this week. And then, as the game went on, he kind of lost that little bit of spark. He got he should have got that lad sent off. Was it Brown for them? I didn't see what happened.
That is
but
a disgrace, by the way.
Is it? I haven't seen it back.
I don't understand. Hadji does really well. Physically battles him, gets past him, and he gets dragged down. And if the defender doesn't commit that foul, he's running through towards the goal, towards the box. I think there is maybe a covering defender, so it's not a straight red card. But if the referee's given that as a foul, there is no way.
It's not a booking.
There's not a world in any sense in any football match that's not another yellow card. It's only because he's already booked him. And I also think that might have weighed into the red card that did happen.
Yeah, I think so as well, yeah.
I need to make up for this a bit, even though I did think that was probably a red as well. But that was a big moment in the game where I can't understand that. I don't understand it.
I mean, what minute was that? 74?
The red,
had, 8 minutes extra time. So you nearly had 25 minutes against 10 men, and we still couldn't break them down.
The red was 77.
77.
And the 20.
Yeah, but you had 8 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, so it's a long time. Yeah, I know they were killing the game, but do you know what? They done it well. They came here for that and they got it. And you can't knock Oxford really. They
lads,
came
we've
to
not
get
had
that
good,
point.
We ain't had a good performance for ages. Oh, yeah, lads. Right, you're really good at home. I'm going to send second from bottom up to your place. They're probably going to sit in a bit. So, but enjoy yourself. You're going to have loads of the ball. Let's try a few different things.
Yeah, I wasn't undersure why you'd put Eccles in the 10 role and have Torp deeper. I thought they should have been in the opposite way around. But then again, we said it last week, when we haven't got a 10, you're playing with a 10. You're trying to play with a 10, a fake 10, and you're not creating anything through that role. It's a wasted position. You're not getting anything from anyone in that position.
I was sat right next to the bench, and when it was 11v11, Frank was talking about, or looked like he was talking about, going to a back three to match up Oxford. Kane Kessler-Hayden was warming up. Onyeka was warming up, took his shirt. They both took their shirts off, ready to come on. And Sims took his shirt off. Then the red card happened. And instead of going to the back three, he just put Sims on for Eccles and went 4-4-2, trying to be a bit more aggressive and attacking. But obviously it didn't work. I can understand why he did that. But he clearly thought a change in system to kind of match up Oxford was what was needed. Because then he said to Wolf, we're staying as a 4, stay as a 4. So that's an interesting thing if you look at Frank's perspective. He thought, we need to change something here. A back three might work. So it's not as if he wasn't considering that, because he definitely was. And Kessler-Hayden was about to come on. And then we didn't see either him or Onyeka because of the red card. So, yeah, not saying the red card was a negative for us, but it did change what we were planning on doing. Of course. But having said that, John, it was too late.
It was too late, but I was like, yeah, great, talk, great. No problem with that. Probably should have been a bit earlier. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's use the 2 wingers, but let's play really slow triangles on the wide areas for 20 minutes, the last 20 minutes we've got against 10 men, and let's not put the ball in the box for the 2 massive strikers that we've got who are massively off form. I mean, Hadji Wright was shocking yesterday, but at least the ball might break for us. Let's not bother. Let's not bother peppering the box. Make it make sense. It's such a basic thing. If you can't pass through the lines, or you don't have the 10 and taking it on the half turn, what are we doing? The only time we got him behind was when Saka burst through the middle, fed Hadji. Jig's already pointed it out. Jig sent me a slow-mo, a freeze frame picture, which we should tweet out. When you look at that picture there in real time, it's still not a hard chance, but it's a little bit more difficult than that freeze frame shot. It's shocking. Honestly,
hit the target.
absolutely
Hit the
dreadful.
target.
But the point is, it's like, how many times are we doing little triangles and then trying to give it to the Wolf or MVE who's fell off a cliff to put the ball in the box? Like, why am I relying on them to put the ball in the box? Get the ball out to the wingers. Get the one touch, put the ball in the box. Consistently do it. Trying to walk it in for. You've had like 90 minutes to do that, even in the last 5 minutes. I mean, I think that's where the frustration come from and the booing, which was poor from the fans, and we'll get to that. But it was pulling your hair out time. Pulling your hair out at the end.
Yeah. You've got 6'3", 6'4" strikers in there, and you're not putting the ball in the box.
Basic stuff, man.
Also,
and it's second balls again. Second balls across the park for 90 minutes, not winning anywhere near enough. But the ball will fall down in the box somewhere. You saw it a couple of times when the ball went in the box. It was mental how we just weren't putting the ball in the box. Basic stuff.
I was begging him to just put Bobby on for Latty. Last 5 minutes. Just Latty, man of the match.
Go 3 up front for the last 5.
Yeah. Latty, unbelievable performance, man of the match, deserved it. Done really well when he's coming into the team. Attacking threat, we said it, he's really good in both boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Just go long. Stick him in the box and go long. Set pieces, long throws. Win some headers, win some flick-ons. We're not able to play through a team right now. Just get the ball in the box and try and score a goal that way. They weren't offering anything going forward. We didn't have to worry about the back line. Leave 2 players back. And we didn't do anything.
What we're doing in training all day, I tell you what, get a side of 15 lads, 15 YTSs, and just set them up in a low block. 15, 16 of them. Because if people are going to come and play a low block all the time, train for the low block. Train against a side with even more. So it just makes it so impossible that you have to find answers on the training pitch. Time and time and time again. And if you're not, you get the ball in the middle of the park, you fizz it out to the wingers, one touch, put it in. There was no urgency. No urgency again. The pace of the game was like abysmal, apart from Matt Grimes, who I'll give credit to. People had dug him out every week. He was trying to get hold of the game and drive the game. And Sakamoto, the rest of them.
I thought the first 15 and that Grimes shot, actually, they were moving the ball reasonably well. But after that, it just got slower and slower and slower. And by the second half, it was last 10 minutes was just very, very frustrating. I agree with you on Grimes. I thought maybe it was because Oxford weren't offering up anything up front, but he was definitely higher up the pitch trying to influence things. He wasn't sat in the back line.
You got 2
on his face,
I thought he played well yesterday. You got 2 out and out centre halves there, haven't you? So you haven't got to cover as much, which allows him to push up a bit more. And he has a big impact on the game when he does push up a bit more. And when he does get up further up the field, you could see it noticeably yesterday. That's what frustrates me with him, because normally he doesn't do that. He hasn't been coming that high up. He hasn't been drifting forward. I can't remember the last time really he had a shot apart from yesterday. When was the last time you can noticeably remember him having a shot or getting that high up the pitch? He's not allowed to with the other 2 centre halves, because they like to come out with the ball. So then he has to cover, or then he has to cover De Silva, or he has to cover MVE. He's doing a lot of cover with that other back 4. But when you've got 2 centre halves that aren't going to push up the pitch, it allows him to drift up a bit further.
Yeah. Essay, my word. I have 2 differing opinions on this. Number one, stop backheeling the ball out of play when they've got 10 men. That was really annoying. Number 2, he's the only one that looked like he was willing to risk something, which is what we need. And I hate the fact that fan reaction could stop him trying stuff when we have no other creative spark right now. He was doing stuff in the wrong areas. He was doing stuff in the wrong areas, but at times he did go around his man, win a foul on the edge of the area. He did put a few good balls in. He wasn't good and he was wasteful, but none of them were very good. And at least he was trying stuff. I don't know.
This is where I said it when I first saw him. He needs to learn quick. He needs to learn when to do things and when not to do things. Pirouetting on the edge of your own area when you're under pressure, you do not do. You don't do it. We're going into the 90th minute and he's trying little flicks when the ball's coming to his feet, where he could just play a simple pass back to the fullback or the centre half, and he's trying to flick it and flicks out of play. You don't do it. The fans, it looks good sometimes when you're in the right areas, when you're one-on-one with their fullback, or if you're one-on-one running down the wing with it, have a go then, right? Don't do anything in your own half that's going to jeopardise, put us under pressure. If you lose it, everyone's going to get frustrated. And that was what was happening yesterday. I don't want to cut it out of him. I don't think anyone wants to cut it out of him. It's good to have a player with a bit of flair. Do it in the right areas. And someone needs to tell him that.
John?
Just learn your lessons, mate. There's a reason why you're at Coventry City Football Club. You got a good move to the Premier League. You got dragged off by Glasner after about 10 minutes when you come on 75, 80 minutes at Palace for them very reasons. It reminds me, and there are levels in the game here. I'm not saying he's the same as this, but when Ronaldo first went to United, he was just an absolute show pony. And he soon ironed his game out and then became probably arguably the greatest player you've ever seen, alongside Messi and R9 and Ronaldinho and whatnot. But this is the Championship. This is, you know, he should be having a field day down there. He shouldn't be needing to do all these stupid tricks in silly areas. Try the tricks when you're 1 or 2 up. What he should be doing is getting the ball in wide areas, stripping his fullback and getting that size and using his Premier League experience. Yes, he's a young lad, but I haven't got time for you to kind of develop on our watch when we're in this situation. But again, I do lean on the side of caution there in terms of whipping him, because we do need them moments of magic. But he has to learn quick. Yesterday, there was a couple of moments where it was not the game for that. It was not the game for that. If you're 1 or 2 up, you don't mind. When you're 0-0 and you're desperately trying to find something, doing it, 30, 40 yards out from your own goal, double drag back into the middle of the park, losing the ball, or trying to back heel I think it might have even been the fullback area. Was it the fullback area or were we the ascendancy?
The centre backs.
Just ridiculous, mate. And again, there was a couple of times where he should have took a touch and then put the ball in, but then he put it in first time, and you're like, God, he put a ball in first time, but at the wrong time. It's just decision making. And I don't think he starts. If you've got a fully functioning 11, I don't think he starts for me. I think it was glaringly obvious we missed EMC yesterday, but I do think he's a great impact player off the bench. And he's someone that they should try in that central 10 role, 15, 20 minutes to go. He'd have been perfect coming off the bench yesterday. But I don't know. Very, very frustrating.
Without BTA because of a stupid red card. EMC frustratingly injured. I think we did miss him yesterday. I think SA just went down so easily yesterday as well, on so many different occasions. And that's something EMC never does, because he's so strong, so good at pinning his fullback, so good at running at his man and taking him on.
He's a pit bull. And
I will say he definitely looks more uncomfortable on the left, SA. I think when he's on the right, and they were swapping a lot, him and Sakamoto yesterday. But he definitely looks more comfortable when he's on the right running at players. And I think he was a little bit, I don't know, out of position. Just one of them when it really. I do also think we didn't stretch the game enough. When there was, it felt like we were all gathering on one side of the pitch on so many occasions. Oxford was sat in and very containing us. How many long balls, switches of plays did we see in the entire 90 minutes over to the wingers?
Yeah, but that's the game, isn't it, Si? It's a game of chess. That's all it is you're pulling the others. If people play a low ball, you've got to go in to come back, to pull someone out, to create the space, people move into the space. But we were so slow doing it. We weren't getting it out to the wide areas anywhere near quick enough. We were taking an extra pass or an extra touch. And then there was no switches of play because you didn't really have... The one who can switch to play again is, and everyone has been on his back, is Kitch. But I think we've kind of got to get into the side 1 to 11, really. I mean, I thought Milan was poor again yesterday. Both centre-halves weren't really tested. Wolf worries me. Keeper fine. De Silva went under the radar. Don't mind that. Whatever. I mean,
I don't know if that Plaheta, the chance he had running behind him.
Good player, him now.
I just think, I don't know.
He's a good player, though. Okay. He's a good player.
I don't think there were any dreadful performances. And I don't think there were any good performances. And I think that sums us up right now. Like, on the way home, I was chatting the whole way home with Tash, and I was just like, well, we're looking for a problem here. We're looking for something to blame. I don't think there is one thing to blame here. I don't think want a scapegoat or anything like that, or why we didn't win. We didn't take our chances. We dominated the game, and we were wasteful and too slow with the ball.
There's too many below par performances, isn't there, Jig?
Spot on. Yeah, there's too many not at the level they were at earlier on in the season. And you're carrying too many at the minute. you can have 1 or 2 that are playing well, but they're not going to accommodate the other 9. You need a good 50% of your team on it, at least.
Yeah, mate, at least at an absolute minimum. I thought Hadji Wright was shocking yesterday. Sorry. And it's not for me to say. I mean, he nearly tweeted it full time, Hadji Wright.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to let you two take the floor here because just abysmal.
I think I thought we were going to get a John Rant then.
Nah, I'm so bored of it, mate. I think you know, the size of him. I thought he started first 10. I was like, oh, here we go. Go on then. The chances, the headers, the technique, the movement, the lack of ideas when something weren't working. Just nothing, mate. Nothing for me.
Yeah.
I'll let you carry on. I'm just so bored of myself.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I thought he was really poor. I think he wasted the best chances we had. The one-on-one, the fact he didn't hit the target is, well, you know, as Brian Clough said, you want shooting from there.
Yeah,
Mate,
honestly.
And he made 2 superb blocks as well, didn't he?
There you go.
Put him at centre half.
What I would say is that I know we went 2 up front, but I thought that was a game with SA not performing where we could have shifted around the front 4, put Hadji right on the left and let him run at the defender, put Sims up front, put SA in the 10, Sakamoto on the right. You know, just mix it up a bit. And I do think the red card changed a bit of what we wanted to do, but you know,
didn't work.
Almost like we played into their hands, didn't we? Going 2 up front. I'd say we tried to go long, but we didn't.
We didn't know. We didn't put the ball in the box. Basic stuff.
Yeah.
It is basic stuff. And you know what? That instruction would have been there. So I know everyone's on Frank's back and all this stuff. Seeing people calling for him to go, absolutely ludicrous. But you don't know what messaging's being sent out there. You don't know about Onyeka if he's coming and he is massively off fitness-wise. I still would have liked to have seen him got 15, 20 minutes yesterday, though, against 10 men. Didn't get it.
But you don't take Grimes off.
No, I mean, you don't. You don't, but then it frees you up anyway. Just get lads minutes if they're not fit enough. But where is this winger?
They weren't going to score yesterday, especially in that second half. So you're not risking anything by bringing him on and letting him have a go.
Yeah,
where's his winger? Can any put your hands up? Where's Wally? Where's the winger?
Well, he's not played since November or something.
But why buy him? Why buy him in this crucial period? Oh, what? Because he's going to be good for a salon. Salon when? You've got the biggest opportunity you've ever got to go up. Next year, you think about who's coming down next year. And you think about who's going to get their house in order. This is your chance. And you've gone and spent the money there. If you've got no money because you spent it all on the ground, I ain't got a problem with that. But why? I don't understand that recruitment. I genuinely don't understand the recruitment. You've got to kind of start looking at it. The Wolf, a winger that's one for the future. I mean, it's just madness. Everyone else in the market's absolutely crushed it, apart from us. Got wingers doing double drag backs 30 yards out from our own goal, 0-0 at home against second from bottom when we need to win. Mad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find about this suspension or whatever because
I think we've got 8 points in our last 8 games. 1 in the last 3. If you'd have said before that, Norwich, QPR, Oxford, how many points? You'd probably want 7, 9. We got 1.
8:33 a.m. and you're dropping grenades like that, Jig. I'm thinking about it as a steak and salmon. I'll tell you what I won't do again as well. I go tweet your thoughts and your questions in. You know, about 20 minutes before the pod. My phone, its battery is just draining, mate.
Should we do some of them? Any last thoughts on the game from us, and then we'll do some listener questions. I'm sure that all the listener questions are going to be really positive.
Draw a line under it. Get the Crayolas out.
Well, I bought a new pack. It's a good job, mate. I think we're going to need them before the end of the season. I don't know, lads. Everyone saw what we saw yesterday. I don't know, mate. Middlesbrough own defines your season, but I also kind of think they need a good hammering. It's anything that's going to wake them up out of this kind of coma that they're in. I don't get it. I don't think they know what's gone on. That's the problem.
I don't think the fans helped, by the way. I thought the fans booing at full time, no need for it. I understand the frustration, but what are we? What are we now as a football club where we dominate a game, don't find a goal, and they get booed off? So I get the frustration.
It's frustration, isn't it?
You can,
But it's not helpful,
you
is
can
it?
look at it. If one of them chances goes in and we win, everyone's buzzing again because we got the 3 points we needed, and then everyone's buzzing for Middlesbrough next week. But because we didn't get that win, it kind of felt like a loss.
It's the performances, though, lads. We can't ignore the performances.
No, you can't.
The
No, and it's been coming for a while.
The frustration in the crowd was there when how many times, every time we took a corner, it seemed to end up back at Rushworth. And I understand the frustration of going back to him. But if you're a defender on the halfway line under pressure, the best thing to do is just give it to Rushworth and let him put it back in the mix or go forward. At one point, the crowd got so annoyed with them doing it that Milan just, instead of going back to him, just booted it out of play.
True, that's a good point.
That's the pressure the crowd are putting on the players and impacting them in a negative way.
Yeah.
It's like I said last week, what kind of team do we want to be and how do we want to support them for the rest of the season? Apparently, we're just going to hinder them and not help them at all. It'll be better against Borough. Will we go 2-0 down early? Will it? No.
Long throws, corners again. Did we win any?
No.
Legitimate question. Did we win any of them? I don't think we did. And I don't think we won any of the breakdown second ball, really, either.
Well, their centre half was winning everything, every kind of corner or anything that was going in there. Their centre half was winning everything. There wasn't even a challenge on him.
It's a hunger and a desire, though, that basic stuff again. You getting outworked. Yeah, loads of possession, but what, like I say, they're going to do a low block. What are you doing in training?
Yeah. Ah, dearie me. I thought we wouldn't have much to talk about.
Try and cheer it up.
Still top of the league.
Until Monday. And then people can stop singing about us being top of the league.
I thought their fans were quite good, to be honest.
The 200 that turned up?
Yeah, the 200 that turned up. They were having a great time. They were loving it. They
were having us on toast.
Lampard give us away.
Singing Simon's favourite song, weren't they?
Top of the league, and it was posh. Top of the league, you're having a laugh.
Well, it is Oxford. What else would you expect?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Let me get into some listener questions. We've got loads. Milan says, Jig summed up perfectly last week. The huge advantage we had at the start of the season was continuity, a squad that knew each other inside out, and we hit the ground running. Other teams have that now, and we've been found out. No plan B, deeply concerned now. Yep, agree with that. Matt Walker says, tactics, what are you guys changing? What would we change? In fact, let's look at what we would do for the Borough game, because that is a team that will not come and play a low block against us. John, what are you doing? Do you change the centre-backs again?
Bringing both centre-halves in.
And also, a point on the first, we talked about in the first bit, surely you're not going to start Onyeka for the first time against Borough. Surely he should have got 20 minutes or something, get to know the rest of his teammates a bit more.
You would have thought so. But again, I'm kind of like, don't expect us to win the game. I'm kind of resigned to it, in fact. So I would just go Onyeka, Grimes, and have a luxury. I'd say I'd stick it on a few players. I'd stick it on Redoni, and I'd say, go on then. If you're this big luxury, I've got two lads that are holding here. One's an absolute monster. The other one will tick the game. Show me how good you are. EMC wide left all day long. It's more of a question of who you're playing through the middle. Both of them are a concern. Wide right, Tat Sakamoto. Fullbacks pick themselves. Keeper. And then you've got enough different flavours coming off the bench. But you've got to stay in that game. I don't think you'll be getting bags and bags of possession. And I don't think we're just miles off it. And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But that's why Frank earns the big money in it. There's enough of them there to make some decisions. But I would start that way for me personally. At least with them two centre halves, you've got a threat in the other box. Maybe there's an argument for Latty to stay in for one of them, but you have to. For me, you people want to knock Kitch, but you've got to play him if you want them switches of play or somebody who's going to try and drive out from the back or try and play through the lines. Basic stuff.
Yeah. I don't think you can pick your centre halves based on them being good in the other box. The main role, their job, is to defend, keep a clean sheet. Right? If anything else is a bonus if they go up and win a header from a corner.
But they would have kept a clean sheet against Oxford.
I think us three could have at the back. Come on.
They would have kept a clean sheet against Oxford is the issue. So are you then giving...
maybe set up with three centre halves then. Maybe keep Latty in the middle or Wolf in the middle with the other two back in. I don't know.
Not Wolf. No,
maybe Latty and have three of them and have your wing backs in there. Pack out the midfield because they're good in the midfield. Hackney is a very good player in there. Maybe set up a bit more solid and try and grab a goal. Like we know we can grab a goal.
Get hold of the middle of the park.
Yeah.
So slow yesterday. Just how worse? Although I've read the Brentford comments, but how worse can Onyeka be? And even if he's only got 50, 60 minutes in him, get it out of him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are you spending the money for?
He'll bring energy at the very least. Bit of running. I know that some of the Brentford fans were saying, "Oh, he's useless. He's this, he's that." All the clips I've seen, he's a good battling centre mid. He gets stuck in. He turns the play. He looks okay. I think fans have a tendency to badmouth players that leave their club sometimes. You know what? Sheaf's gone and been brilliant for Wrexham. I don't think any of our fans would have said he's awful, but would have said, "Oh, you'll get probably 4 or 5 games out of him, then he'll be injured." Mm-hmm. You know, like the positivity isn't going to be, he's amazing. That's why we've let him go, is it? So you got to take that with a. Jokeres was useless, and
we've had exactly. Sorry, we've had loads of useless players come here and do well. So
yeah,
Latimovia, the latest one. Hey, Swansea fans said he was dreadful. It's our best defender.
Yeah, unbeaten this season. Mr. Invincible.
We have gone invincible. Yeah,
we're back.
One positive.
Yeah.
Gilbert's group comment this: if we go up, we deserve it. If we don't, then we don't. We have become an entitled fan base based on the first half of the season. That's gone. We are in a war now. What I heard, saw, and read from fans today is a joke. Genuinely enjoyed going more when we were scrapping for survival. I do think we've not lost our way as a club. I think that might be a bit dramatic, but lost what made Cov quite special and like that fighting spirit lately. And I hope we see it. And I hope we see it now. When we're not top of the league, I hope we see it more. I hope we bounce back and battle and we change it and we scrap over the line. But yeah, I think entitled is quite a good feeling for how it felt yesterday.
Yeah. I think he's nailed it, to be honest. I think people see that first half of the season, you get celebs like Rob Beckett turning up to watch us because we're flying. And then...
are you saying it's his fault?
Yeah.
Since he turned up, we've been rubbish, John. Good work.
I think entitlement, yeah. I always say about Arsenal fans. I'm not sure you think you are. I mean, I can understand it from our side though, because it's like with the one side that was one of the birthing Premier League teams at that first season that's never got back there. With the one side that have ever been this far in front come Christmas, and no one's ever blown it from this position, and it's like, why is it always us? You know, and it's like you can see it in the distance, and we're so desperate to get back there, but we can also see that we are absolutely imploding, and so slowly in front of your very eyes, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that is painful. And that is painful for someone who's been there when there was 3,500 there, sat with Jig, thinking, God, we're never going to get back here. So there's the element of both sides. The fact that we're nearly there again is quite astonishing. But to get so close, you know what I mean? And to watch them slowly give it away is a very, very, very painful watch at the minute.
But they've not given it away yet.
Not yet, but it's not looking good, is it? Like, how many times can we sit here and say the same stuff over and over again?
I do think the Middlesbrough game is the perfect next fixture, by the way.
I completely agree with you, Simon.
Either we turn up and we make it happen, or we get beaten 5-0.
Sound. I'm all right with that. Either's a touch for me because they need a good hiding. They need someone to give them a slap, but badly, because it might wake them up, or we win and then we kick on.
Yeah.
So it is the pivotal game of the season for me.
Because these marginal losses that we're having, you watch the post-match interviews and it's just, we didn't get the rub of the green, and it's this, and it was close, it was a tight game. We haven't been good enough. Them marginal losses against QPR, against Norwich, could have been more.
He protects them, Frank, didn't he?
Yeah, he has to protect them. I get that.
Mm.
But you also have to be honest sometimes as well and say when you're under par and that you're not at the levels that you were at. And that's where we are.
Jody says, not a question, but my head loss is catastrophic right now. We've got no plan B, no creativity, no bottle, it seems. Things have to get better. Please tell me they will.
I don't know. I don't know, mate.
How was your head loss on a scale of 1 to 10 yesterday, John?
I
I'm
think
normally,
I think it was a good 8. I think it was an 8, maybe even a 9, because I was livid at full time. I kind of walked back from there up to mum and dad's house, got in the car. It's a good job having a little girl with me in the car, because honestly, but I had enough time to blow the steam off. But I'm kind of just sick of seeing the same thing over and over again. I can't tell you the last time we had even an individual performance where you're like, what a player, or anyone getting hold of it and dragging us through.
Yeah,
maybe
Mason Clark has done that for us this season in a few games, so I think we have missed him. We missed him yesterday, definitely. Yeah, I think I hit a 9.5 yesterday when Had You Right missed that chance. I'm normally just sitting there and I'm like, oh God, a bit frustrated. I actually got out of my seat and shouted, "Oh, how you
think unbroadcastable."
Yeah. So I thought, that frustrated me, that miss.
Yeah, it was excuse me, pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Just one of them, innit? Just one of them.
I'd love to say, Jody, don't worry, it's all going to be okay.
We should start singing. Somebody just started singing. We'll live and we'll draw and lose in this town.
We'll live and die in the Championship.
Yeah.
Please, God. Love the Championship.
Please don't add to the meltdown from the self-entitled fans we have. Booing a team top of the league, ridiculous. Not much different today from some of the games earlier in the season, bar the ball going in. We could have easily scored 3 or 4 today with a bit more luck or composure. Not sure 3 or 4, but we definitely could have won that game.
And we didn't, and we haven't been. And we're allowed to criticise. The booing, I absolutely agree, nonsense. And get behind the side for 90, but you can be frustrated afterwards. It's boring.
Yeah, it is. Did you a few comments about the boos, which we already addressed. In fact, do we think, Frank? I think, going back to Jody's point, I think the reason the Middlesbrough game is quite good is because I think we'll probably lose, and I'll come on to the score predictions, but I think then it will force the change, and I think then we will go 3 at the back, and I think then we will become a better team. I think we'll start to grind it out. That's how I see the rest of the season going. I don't know if it'll be enough to hold on to for second, but I think it will change. I think performances will improve with a formation change. I think at this point, something does need to change tactically. I don't know if he'll do it against Borough, but maybe he will. Jake?
I don't think he'll do it against Borough. I think it's too big of a game to do a complete team, a formation change and team change. I think he'll go with the basis of what he knows and what he's been using to get us to where we are. But when you look back last season at the run we went on, that was 3-5-2 or 3-5-1, wasn't it? Got my numbers wrong here.
3-5-2.
Yeah, 3-5-2. Yeah. I was trying to think.
Aston Martin employee there.
Which part of the finance department do you work in again?
He's in accounts and he at JLR. Jesus.
Don't want to tell you how we're getting on at the minute.
Yeah.
That run last year was with that formation, so he knows he's played it before. When he first came in, that was the formation he used for that run of 10 wins in 9. So
10 wins in 9. That's good going.
Oh God, my head's gone. I'm into 10.
Carol Warden over there.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you think, John?
I'll take a consonant, 3 vowels, and good God.
I did like, talking of spelling, I did like Oxford's chant yesterday where they were just spelling out Oxford and then chanting Oxford. Did either of you catch that one? I enjoyed it.
No.
Just give us an O. Superb stuff. From
As
the
in like a DISCO.
a little bit, yeah.
I like that.
Quite enjoyed it.
Rate it.
Uh,
And yellows as well when they're playing in black. Love that.
Yeah. Why were they not playing in yellow? Very odd indeed. Robert Smith, our BTA and EMC are only players with an explosive turn of place. Does a double barrel name make you quicker? And number 2, our bench looks strong on paper, but in the past couple of games produced no notable difference. Is it due to the same tactics? I think we did really miss BTA and EMC today.
Yeah, energy levels. BTA brings you energy, doesn't he? And then Mason Clark, we know that he can win you a game, he can get you a goal, and he can create something. He's a beast on the wing. Yeah, we missed them too massively.
And another celebrity fan there, Robert Smith from The Cure. We're building, guys. We're growing.
Oh.
There you go.
It's not really him. It's just a poor joke. Carry on.
All right. Didn't mean that one down like a lead balloon, didn't it?
Straight over my head.
Big music fans here. Carry on.
No, absolutely. I'd like to say a bit before my time, but I'm not sure it is.
No.
And on the bench, right? The bench isn't producing much of an impact. Why?
Well, it was, wasn't it?
Oh, go on, Jig.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but the Leicester and the Millwall game, the bench made the difference. And then for some reason, since that, the like-for-like changes. I know we changed the formation yesterday, but it just hasn't been having the same impact, and I don't know why. I'm not sure. I mean, Yang, if he's not going to get more time than what he had a chance to do yesterday, what's the point in signing him?
We've signed 3 wingers in January, and 2 of them don't play.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
And then we all say, "Oh, SA's trying to." At least SA's on the pitch and having an impact.
He's having an impact, yeah. But like we said at the start, he's got to do it in the right areas, and he can do it in the right areas.
Yang. I haven't. Well, he hasn't been given enough of a chance, has he?
No, he hasn't. No,
he looks a little lightweight, energetic, but I wouldn't have taken SA off with 10 to go yesterday.
But if he's not going to get a chance against Oxford, when is he? Because he's not going to get on against Middlesbrough.
But put him on for Jay Da Silva. Say just play as the most attacking left back anyone's ever seen, and leave SA on. You don't have to always swap the same players for the same positions. We're so predictable and boring. That's where I think we're at now. I think we're quite a boring team.
Very boring. Like a bacon sandwich with no butter and no sauce. Very boring.
Yeah. Right, should we move on to the Borough game? Borough at home.
Boring.
A team that we are fantastic against historically. We always beat Borough. We are their bogey team. How are we feeling, John?
It'd be so cold for us to just go and pull out a performance and get a win, wouldn't it? But I just cannot see it, mate. I think we're going to get dominated at home unless something changes dramatically. And I think it is a formation change. I think you're absolutely right. I think we've got to do something quite catastrophic, really. I mean, the fact that he doesn't see a change, certainly in the forward areas, and in if you went 3-5, I don't even know what
3-4-3 would work better.
3-4-3 would definitely,
so many wingers
would definitely work. But then again, you're running the risk, aren't you? So what do you put in the middle of the park there?
Grimes and Onyeka.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just sit in, and you got to let them fullbacks be slightly more disciplined than they usually are.
Yeah, and then you have EMC on the left.
Yeah,
leave Hadji up front, and Tats on the right, or SA on the right.
Yeah, but then you could switch to right on the left, Sims through the middle. I don't know. We've got 2 6'2"
up there,
lads that are bad in the air, and we've got loads of wingers. So I don't know. I'll tell you this though: Matty Godden scores more goals than both them strikers in this side as it stands. Fact, if he's fully fit, that's how. That's where they're at.
Yeah. Jig, looking forward to this one. Hang on, you've got another holiday coming up, aren't you? Jetting in for this game Monday night.
Oh, he's off to the sandpit, isn't he?
Off to the sandpit. Yeah, bit of sun, bit of winter sun. Take the
When-
stress
when- go on.
of these results off me. I'll land back next Monday night. I think we land at about 6:30 in Birmingham. So Uber straight to the ground with me backpack on. Like
You're
Dora
going
the
again,
Explorer.
Jig. You're not going to just dip into the Weatherspoons, no?
No, straight to the ground.
Good lad. I'll see you down there.
Good effort, that. Score predictions. Who wants to go first? Jig, I'm feeling like you are going to predict a really confident result here.
I think we're going to win 2-1. I
No,
think
you
they'll
don't.
go. I do.
You
I do.
don't.
I think they'll go. I think they'll go 1-0 up, and I think the crowd will get a bit. But I think we'll get a scrappy goal back. The crowd will get back up for it, and then we'll get one late on, and win 2-1.
Wow. And where does this game is so massive? If we'll go 1-0 down against Borough and then beat them 2-1, we'll be back at the top of the league.
It'll be the confidence boost we need.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
EMC goal.
Oh. Let me get my negativity out of the way early on, and then I'll let John finish with the score prediction. I think we'll lose 3-0. I think it'll be very similar to the Ipswich game. I think they will absolutely hammer us.
Crew, Johnson's paint.
Yeah. Who was in goal? Dunn? Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I got a parking ticket that game as well. Came down, went to CBS. We've got a parking ticket, and yeah, superb. I think we'll get absolutely battered by Middlesbrough. John,
That's the spirit.
I would like to.
Sorry, you know when Ipswich came, and you were like, "Well, you're just a better team than us, aren't you?" This is obvious. You know, in Leeds game, Borough are at that level now. Like, they've won 5 in a row. They're playing Sheffield United on Monday night. They are Hackney's unbelievable. Their new manager's phenomenal. They will tear us apart.
No, I'll tell you what they won't do is they won't sit in and low blockers at home. They'll give us gaps, which is good for us.
They'll exploit our gaps.
They'll exploit our gaps, but it'll give us a chance as well. I think it'll be more of an open game. I think we're struggling with teams that just shut us out.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. I can see both sides of this argument. Go on, John. Mystic John. Hang on, who predicted the 0-0 for Oxford?
No one.
Apologies to the infinite optimist. I think it is a 3-1 home defeat. I think the game will be slightly tighter than that, but I just think we're going to get punished. I think it's gone on long enough, these performances, and it's not changed. And I don't know how it changes for this game unless Frank makes dramatic changes in terms of personnel and formation.
It is. There's something immensely comforting about Cov being bang average again, though, isn't there? I mean, we all got excited.
No,
at the start
there isn't. No, there's no excuses. There's no
It's
excuses.
The impending slowest train crash of all time. You're watching it come down the track again. It's like a massive custard pie on the front of the train.
Yeah,
it's coming.
You can see them. You can see the confidence oozing out of the players, oozing out of Lampard. Lampard was doing interviews with every TV channel, every press thing ever when we were flying. It was brilliant. Everyone was loving it. The fans were loving it. Players confident. Lampard confident. This slow demise, Lampard looks half the time. He's like he's not off the bench much anymore. We spotted that yesterday. You called it out, John, saying he's sitting down again. Nothing's happening. It must be getting to the players. They've got to somehow try and keep their heads up and keep mentally strong in this situation. And the fans are turning. The fans booing. You don't boo them. We're top of the league. You don't boo them. I don't care. We've all got to be a bit more positive. We've all got to try and rally round.
I agree with you, but also it was a lot better when we were 9 points clear and flying. But also, it's a relief that it's a relief that the car crash has now happened almost, and we've lost that lead at the top. In terms of, I'd rather it happen now with there's 15 games to go and time to fix it than it happened on the final day of the season and we blew it.
I think we're going to be, straight bars, real talk. I think we're better. You know, if they do catch us, that's an embarrassment, and there'll be you know, the dust all settle at right, and then everyone will be looking around going, lads, we've absolutely blown this. And it also takes the pressure off then, because we're the hunting pack. Real talk though, where do you think Frank is in terms of looking at his transfer window this January, looking around what everyone else has done and looking at the business we've done? Do you think he's making them decisions? How many do you think he's missed out on? Talk to me out of 10 about this transfer window, because I think it's costing us big time.
I think that we don't know yet. Onyeka might be the answer to a lot of the issues. I still in the back of my head, I've got this feeling that Markello might be absolutely unbelievable if we ever get to see him. But we don't know. We genuinely don't know. We could have done with a left back. Defensively, we're a bit poor. But also, you go back to that Tony Mowbray transfer window when we were absolutely flying in League One, and he brought in way too many players and completely ruined the balance of the squad. So I don't know. We don't know yet.
We're seeing the same. We're seeing a similar capitulation now, aren't we? If this continues, is this as bad? That's a good question, actually. Is this going to be as bad as the Mowbray disaster if we don't finish in the top two?
I think we were 5 points clear at Christmas under Mowbray, and then we finished 8th.
We finished 8th, but we won our last 4 games of the season when we couldn't get in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah.
So it was dreadful.
That was. If we finish outside the playoffs here, I think this is worse.
We're not going to finish outside the playoffs. Come on.
Wow. Okay, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know. In terms of the transfer window, we've spent money on a left back at the start of the season. We've spent money on a centre half at the start of the season. Yes, we spent money on another winger now, which, like John highlighted earlier, was bizarre because is he even going to get a game? Is he going to get any game time? Yesterday was a perfect chance to give him all a run, I think, against Oxford. But yeah, I don't know. We wanted another centre mid to help Matty Grimes out. We've got that. You got to play him.
Yeah,
got to play him.
I don't think you can write off the transfer window and without seeing him play. I think Onyeka might be he's exactly the profile we want, so he might be the answer. If we hadn't got him in, you could complain. But I think, what a cheery episode this has been on a fine Sunday morning, lads. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. It'll all change when we beat Middlesbrough next Monday. We'll all be buzzing.
What sauce you having on your bacon batch, lads?
Got to be ketchup, innit?
Yeah, ketchup on just bacon. Yeah.
Heinz, come on.
Heinz.
Get it on there.
Not brown sauce, man.
Nah, mate. Nah, not a brown sauce, man. I'll tell you what sauce is Frank having?
Tabasco.
Bit of chef sauce. Bit of Irish continental.
Anyone doing anything nice today to finish on a positive note? No?
Gonna go for a long, hard walk. Have a real think about things.
If you're on a long, hard walk, thanks for listening to us ramble on for about an hour about a 0-0 draw at home to 10-man Oxford. And we'll be back after the Middlesbrough game where Jig thinks we're going to absolutely get the 3 points, get back to winning ways and get to the top of the league. We'll have to see if he's proven right next time. Thanks for listening, guys.